I once believed marriage was about closeness. Two people leaning in, not drifting apart. But with Emma, my wife of 7 years, the distance only grew. Not through explosive arguments or grand confrontations, but through something far subtler, her rejection. It started with the smallest motions. I'd place my hand over hers at dinner, and she would pull it away without hesitation. At night, I'd edge closer, just wanting to feel her warmth, and she would shuffle toward the far edge of the bed. I told myself not to overthink it. Everyone has off periods. Stress, fatigue, family pressures. Surely it was just temporary. But weeks turned into months, and every time I reached for her waist, the reply was the same. Not now. I'm tired. Gradually, the truth settled in. Every touch she denied wasn't merely physical distance. It was an emotional dismissal. It made me question her love for me. It made me doubt my worth as a husband. I tried to approach it gently, asking if something was wrong, if I had done something to push her away. Emma brushed me off with excuses. "You're imagining things," she'd say. "Not everything has to be about intimacy." Each answer was another brick in the wall growing between us. One night, I reached out just to stroke her hair. She slapped my hand aside and snapped, "Can you stop? It's suffocating." That hit me harder than any argument we'd ever had. Suffocating. My love, my care, my very presence. She saw it as a burden. I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, realizing I had been clinging to a version of her that no longer existed. The more I tried to hold us together, the further she drifted, and something inside me shifted. The next morning, I didn't reach for her hand at breakfast. I didn't ask about her day or try to draw her in with a smile. I simply drank my coffee, set the mug in the sink, and left without a word. At first, she didn't notice. A few days of silence must have felt like relief. But as I stayed distant, my absence began to weigh heavier than any touch ever had. I stopped checking in, stopped sending little messages throughout the day. I came home late and spent my evenings in the study instead of beside her on the couch. Soon, irritation surfaced. "Why are you so quiet?" she'd ask. "Are you mad at me?" I'd shrug, giving brief replies, withholding the attention she had so easily rejected before. My detachment wasn't anger, it was clarity. If she didn't want me when I offered myself freely, she wouldn't have me at all. The turning point came 2 weeks later. I returned home late after lingering at a cafe, killing time. Emma was pacing the living room, phone in hand, face flushed. "Where were you?" she demanded. "You didn't answer my calls." I raised an eyebrow, calm and detached. "I was out. Does it matter?" Her lips parted, and for the first time in months, I saw panic in her eyes. "Of course it matters. You just disappeared. Do you even care about this marriage anymore?" The irony nearly made me laugh. She, who had pushed me away night after night, was suddenly desperate for an explanation. I held her gaze, letting silence stretch until she squirmed. "Emma," I said evenly, "you shut me out for months. You told me I was suffocating you, so I stopped. I gave you space. Isn't that what you wanted?" Her face fell. She opened her mouth, but no words came. For once, no excuses, no sharp replies, just silent, searching eyes. That night, I didn't join her in bed. I went to the guest room, not out of anger or drama, but because I no longer felt the pull. Morning came, and she lingered in the doorway, staring as if I were a stranger. I offered no smile, no comfort, just dressed and went about my day. Days became weeks. The emptiness of my affection began to gnaw at her. She started reaching out, suggesting shows, cooking my favorite meals. I responded politely but without warmth. The wall she had built between us now stood firmly in front of her, and she had no clue how to scale it. Then came the breaking point. One Friday evening, I walked in to find her at the door, eyes red from crying. "I can't do this anymore," she said, voice trembling. "You're ignoring me, and it's driving me insane. I don't know where you are, what you're doing, what you're thinking. I feel like I've lost control of everything." I set my keys on the table, unmoved. "Control," I repeated. "You lost control the moment you decided my presence didn't matter. You wanted freedom from me. Now you have it. Tell me, how does it feel?" Her tears spilled as she stepped closer, almost reaching for me, then hesitated. "I didn't mean it like that," she whispered. "I didn't realize how much I needed you until you were gone. I was stupid. I pushed you away because I thought you'd always chase me. I never believed you'd actually stop." Her words didn't soften me. They revealed the truth. She had taken me for granted, assuming my love was limitless. No matter how often she rejected me, she believed I would return. "I'm not a shadow, Emma," I said firmly. "I will not beg for scraps of affection. I deserve a partner who values me, not someone who calls my love suffocating." She collapsed onto the couch, sobbing, calling my name as if it could tether me. But I had already let go. By withdrawing, I found my strength. And in her panic, I saw her greatest fear. It wasn't losing control. It was losing me. For the first time, I didn't feel rejected.